Welcome back. It's Friday, and obviously, as you can see, we're in the kitchen at Kelly's Furniture and Carpet One, and we are joined with Alana Poisner, and Snappy Ginger Snaps are on the menu. Not just ginger snaps, Snappy Ginger Snaps.
Yes. These go beyond normal ginger snaps. I love them. Troy, you admitted to buying them from the store. These are just more gingery and more spicy. Than regular ginger snaps.
We can handle that.
Yeah. So
not just for redheads either.
Oh no. Anybody can do these if you can handle them.
All right.
So what we're going to be using here is crystallized ginger. It's basically candied fresh ginger.
All right.
And so Troy, I have some that I've started chopping. If you can chop.
And where can you get that?
You can buy it at spice stores. Just look around a little bit. You can buy it at the Mennonite store as well. So what we're going to do, I have creamed together unsalted butter with sugar. That's the standard sort of way you start cookies. And then I have mixed in the egg. So I've got a little head start on the mixing. And then we're going to add molasses. Molasses is what makes brown sugar brown.
Okay.
So it has a kind of spicy taste and a texture. So Ashley, here's the great tip of the day. If you spray your measuring cup with a little cooking spray first, or grease it with butter, then the molasses, which is very sticky, won't stick.
Okay,
so let's just spray away.
Oh.
Isn't that fun?
Is that too much?
Oh, the power. Go for it. That's fine. And then we're going to put in a quarter cup of that ingredient. And so what I've got in here is 3/4 of a cup of unsalted butter. Always use unsalted, please, because you want to control the amount of salt in your product. And a cup of sugar, 1 egg. And then we're going to put in a quarter cup, or 4 tablespoons, of molasses.
This is coming out much easier than I originally thought it would.
It's not so hard. And so basically what we're going to do is just mix together those ingredients.
Okay.
Excellent.
Slowly, you want me to pour it in?
Just dump it right in there.
Yeah, dump in there, Samantha.
A quick dump. Now notice how it comes out.
Wow.
Isn't that fabulous?
Anything left in here.
Yeah.
This is great.
All right, so we're mixing this together. Basically, I have the recipe online, and you just mix the ingredients in the order that they are noted.
Okay.
So I'm now adding a teaspoon of salt, 2 or 3 teaspoons of ginger. The original recipe from Mrs. McClure is 1 teaspoon. Like I said, this is decidedly gingerier.
I like that color too.
Don't you think? Isn't that pretty?
Yes.
Yeah, and then this also has a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of allspice.
It's so funny. I was just thinking, I hope there's cinnamon in this, because I love cinnamon on anything.
It adds a nice depth of flavor.
I'd add a little extra cinnamon.
All right.
I love it so much.
So what we're going to do, thank you for your expert chopping. We're now going to add the crystallized ginger. Isn't that pretty?
I love that.
Yeah, would you like to try it? It's really pretty good.
Is it?
Yes,
it
is.
Right.
I'm going to try from the little package there. Grab a little piece and see what you think. And
Troy,
this is the alternate ingredient that I'm adding to Mrs. McClure's original recipe. By the way, Mrs. McClure was this elderly lady in this little Illinois town where I grew up. She used to make fresh donuts for Halloween.
Fresh donuts.
There would be a double line of little kids waiting at Mrs. McClure's door. She was such a wonderful baker. And I honor her by making this recipe. It's so wonderful.
That's some good little ginger.
That
too.
is
really good.
Isn't that tasty?
Yeah.
It's just
Got a little
candy.
kick to it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, ginger's spicy. I mean, if you like Asian food,
absolutely.
It lends a little
I think that kick is hitting me now.
Yeah. Sort of a delayed effect. Well, as if that weren't enough. And we'll just keep adding flour to this. It makes a very stiff dough. But what we're going to also add, the secret ingredient, this is my actual riff on this recipe. We're going to add a teaspoon of freshly cracked pepper.
Interesting. Never would have thought.
Yeah. And
I was wondering why you had the pepper grinder there.
well, I brought it just because I know you enjoy it. Right?
Yeah, it's fun.
So that's about a teaspoon. I always measure in my hand.
Okay. Hey, whatever works.
Why bother?
Looks good to me.
Why bother with a measuring spoon? And then basically you just mix it in. You keep mixing until you have all your dry ingredients incorporated.
And you want a pretty thick texture, you said?
Yeah. Okay. And you don't want to make a white tornado, so you add the flour gradually.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. And so what you end up with is a nice stiff cookie batter. Now, if you want to refrigerate it, a lot of people like to do that so their cookies don't spread out so much. You can, but you don't have to. Frankly, I'm usually so eager to get to the cookie stage. I just go right to making them and baking them.
I don't blame you. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
So now when we come back, we're going to finish this up. Sound good?
Sounds good.
And if you're just joining us, we are at Kelly's Furniture and Carpet One in the kitchen here with Alana Poisner, and we just made Snappy Ginger Snaps. So we have a few steps here just to show how you ball up the base here, and then you put it in some sugar, more sugar.
So basically what you do is just use a spoon and spoon up some dough, roll it between your hands, and then just shake it around in about a cup of sugar, doesn't matter how much. And then you just space them out on your baking sheet. And bake them at 375 for 8 to 10 minutes, maybe 10 to 12 if you want bigger cookies.
Wow.
And basically what you're looking for is that the cookies are nice and golden brown. And they crack on top. They just look very cute.
Yes, they're perfect. We can move down here. I won't hog all the cookies.
Can't take my eyes off those things.
I
Look
know.
good.
So try them and see if you can tell that they have a little bit more snap to them than a regular ginger snap. You may actually bite into a little bit of that crystallized ginger.
This is perfect. I'm used to the really hard ginger snaps. I love how this is just a little moist still.
Yeah, it's a little tender in the middle, kind of crisp on the outside. If you like them crispier, just bake them a little longer. But because there's so much fat in the cookies, you have to be careful not to let them burn underneath.
Wow, well, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good to see you.
A great little morning snack. We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here Monday morning at 5:30.